joining us today on Studio 512. It's a special day for a couple of different reasons, including the fact that Lunar New Year begins today. Joining us now is the founder and owner of Kaiju Cut and Sew, our friend Chris Gomez, to talk about his annual collaboration with Will Golden, co-founder of Austin Beer Works. We're going to talk about what we can expect for 2026, which is the year of the fire horse. All right, gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to see you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, so we cover this every single year, which is, it makes me really happy because it's exciting to see y'all come back, and every single year it gets bigger and more fun.
Yep.
So if you wouldn't mind, Will, just talk to me a little bit about this collab.
Sure. So we started 5 years ago. This started as a project that Chris and I wanted to put together to bring awareness to kind of AAPI Asian hate that was kind of taking place during COVID. And then now it's switched away from that to just being more of a celebration, letting people really enjoy the Asian culture and kind of bringing people together in our community.
Bringing people together for sure. And there are so many ways to do that when you come and attend. I want to hear from you, Chris, too, a little bit about, you know, partnering up for the last half decade. I mean, 5 years ain't nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's been amazing, and it's gone by super fast. But this is something I look forward to every year. We pretty much start pretty early as far as talking about the next collaboration, and I think that's the funnest part, is coming up with a name and a design, and then kind of seeing it all come together the day of the event, just seeing the community come out, the support. I think that's the best reward.
Oh, that's so cool. And if you don't mind, I always ask you to do a reminder for our viewers of Kaiju Cut and Sew.
Sure.
I'm always so proud to support your business because it is truly local, and everything you make by hand, your own hands.
I do. So I make everything by hand. I source the fabrics from Japan. So I go out to Tokyo and Kyoto and hand pick the fabrics.
Darn. What a tough gig.
That's really rough. That's the toughest part. But yeah, make everything. The leathers are ethically sourced, and then I highlight the Japanese fabrics in pretty much all the products that I make.
That's amazing. So you've got a beautiful purse over here. Is that indicative of some of the work that you do, or can you talk to me about your range of products?
Yeah, so this is the new thing that's pretty much debuting, launching at the celebration this Saturday. So I make, purses, bags, showcasing the fabric, but I also make wallets and cloth goods from fanny packs, and then I have a line of apparel as well too. So kind of cover the whole gambit when it comes to accessories.
Lots of ways to get plugged in with Kaiju Cut and Sew. All right, so we're going to talk about the new beer that y'all are releasing, Will, for this year, because you do like to do a nice little, something new when we have this celebration. Love the design. You guys have kind of like a master marketer. He's excellent at creating designs. Can
Bobby
we just?
Dixon, if I was going
to say, let's give him a shout out, Bobby. Well done, you. So tell us about the actual beer.
So the beer started out, we always kind of start with, besides last year, we start with a rice lager as a base, and then we'll add different types of tea that we have to sit down and taste and decide on what teas we want to add.
Another really unfortunate job to have.
And this year we've been really looking at yuzu and mango and kind of these cool tropical flavors, and then
I'm always told yuzu is kind of like a lime and a lemon.
Yeah, it's not quite as punchy as a lime. It's definitely in the lemon kind of. It's somewhere right in between. It's somewhere a really nice alternative. Yeah.
Okay, and as I'm reading this can, mango, you decided on oolong tea, and if I'm reading those last two words right, 5 spice, which can get a little spicy.
Sure can. Yeah. You're the fire horse, so. Yeah. Chris actually came up with that ingredient. He was having a latte that had 5 spice in it, and he said it really worked really well. And he was like, "What do you think about maybe trying this?" And then we did what's called a benchtop test, and we were both blown away. And we were like, "Oh yeah, we're definitely doing this." So
when we say collaboration with you two, we really mean it.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. So this drink is going to be available, but I'm sure you have lots of other things on offer as well.
Oh yeah, we'll have at least 28 beers on tap. There'll be multiple points of service, but obviously this will be the star of the show that day. But there will be non-alcoholic beverages as well as the beer, and then we'll have wine and all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of good stuff. Okay, and light drinking beers for this time of the year?
Oh, I mean, whatever you want to do, but yes, we'll have those available too.
It could still go cool. We haven't gotten all the way through February,
right.
but I think the weather's looking pretty good.
It looks fantastic right now.
Little fingers crossed right there. Okay, and since we gave Bobby a shout out, there is going to be some super cool merch that's going to be available, so let's touch on that.
So hats, T-shirts, bandanas. We'll have stickers,
Glassware.
some glassware. So all of this will be available the day of, and yeah, we'll have a whole section set out specifically for this merch.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And you really like Chris to be a connector in the community for Asian-based businesses. And so I feel like I might be seeing little portions of like, this says Josie and Pearl, and these
Yes.
are some super cool earrings. So
Yeah.
are we going to have other vendors there?
Yeah, so we'll have over 20 different local vendors, all AAPI based and focused, kind of covering the wide diaspora range of vendors in Austin. So Josie and Pearl is one of them. That's our new fire horse earring.
Love it.
But we have Always Sunny candles, so he has a very special Year of the Fire Horse candle as well. And then we have some new makers. So Good Mistake Ceramics is new. This will be her first pop-up. But also it's going to be the first pop-up, first show for a lot of these vendors. This is the start of the year for them. So this is basically the first time that they're kind of getting out, getting ready for the 2026 calendar year.
Well, that's exciting. So it might be on the cutting edge of, you know, maybe you can catch them at the Blue Genie Art Bazaar
Sure.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But this is the time where you can get in on the ground floor, start supporting these makers, following them on social media,
Absolutely.
supporting their journey. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool. And you did make one mention to me, Chris, that I know good luck for the Lunar New Year usually means red.
Correct.
But you said you don't have to worry too much about that this year.
Yeah, so since it's Year of the Fire Horse, you don't necessarily have to wear red. You can look up your zodiac and look up the colors specific to your zodiac. So I'm Tiger, so my colors are blue and I think green and gray. You don't necessarily have to wear red because it's kind of like adding fuel to the fire since the fire horse is already red.
Okay, so we're already going to have a lot of red accents
Plenty.
around. Okay. Anything else to look forward to, Will, with this upcoming celebration?
Sure. So just some housekeeping stuff. Parking this year, it always fills up pretty quick, so we do recommend getting in early. But we will have attendants helping park, and we do have some overflow parking that will be available,
Excellent.
and people will help point you that direction.
And do we need tickets?
No, this is a free event, so please just show up, and don't have to buy any tickets in advance or anything.
My favorite word on planet Earth.
There you
All
go.
right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Another wonderful collaboration year. Can't wait to see how it turns out. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Perfect.
All right. For more information, follow Kaiju Cut and Sew and Austin Beer Works on social media. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Marbridge Foundation. Summer camp is a great way to get introduced to Marbridge. Rosie Dunlap, admissions coordinator, and Marbridge resident Olivia are here to tell us more about this exciting annual tradition. So Rosie, we're going to come to you first. Can you remind everybody at home a little bit about Marbridge and what it is y'all do here?
Sure. Marbridge is a residential community for approximately 275 individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities located in Southwest Austin. We have a rich history, but presently serve adults 18 to end of life in one of 3 distinct care communities on our campus.
And an annual tradition y'all have is summer camp. Tell me a little bit about what summer camp looks like and the qualifications to become a camper.
Summer camp is a great opportunity for campers that are interested in living at Marbridge in the future to come out and give Marbridge a try. Campers have the opportunity to participate in fun activities on campus, including art, music, sports and games, horticulture, and even an equestrian class. In general, we're looking for campers that can safely traverse our campus, keep up with such a busy schedule of activity, and not require significant amounts of one-on-one assistance.
Gotcha. So there is some independence here, and one of those people is Olivia, who started here as a summer camper and then eventually became a Marbridge resident. Olivia, tell me a little bit about what you like about Marbridge.
Well, I've been liking it a lot, and I've been enjoying my classes. Well, my classes are every Monday to Friday. One of my favorite classes is jewelry art.
And actually, you made this beautiful piece of jewelry just yesterday.
Yes.
And what else do you enjoy?
The one major event is Knight in Shining. It's a dance.
Oh.
It's coming up. I got my prom dress for the Knight in Shining.
Well, that sounds really exciting. Do you have some good friends here at Marbridge?
I have some friends, Jerry, Ray, Molly.
And are they going to be attending the Knight in Shining?
Yes.
Oh, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. Okay, Rosie, if someone is looking to sign their loved one up for summer camp, maybe this is the first step in the door, what should they do?
Go to our website, marbridge.org, to learn more details about summer camp, including pricing, session dates, qualifications. You can always call or schedule a tour to learn more as well.
Sounds good to me. Y'all, thank you for your time and have a great time at the dance.
Thank you.
To learn more about everything that Marbridge has to offer, go to marbridge.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Marbridge Foundation. Welcome back, y'all. You are invited to sip and enjoy local wines at the 100% Texas Tasting Experience coming up on March 1st. Joining us now is the Executive Director of Texas Wine Growers, Kelly Olson, as well as the winemaker and founder of Rivenburg Wine and the president of that organization that I just mentioned, John Rivenburg. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thank you for being here. So, Executive Director Kelly, we're coming to you
Yes.
first. In essence, what is this event?
So, Texas Wine Growers is an organization that's statewide here in Texas to promote 100% Texas wines. We're bringing together 16 of our wineries and 10 Go Texan artisan food vendors in one place in Fredericksburg on March 1st. So, folks will get to sample wines, try artisan foods, and we're doing some really cool behind the scenes fireside chats with winemakers and growers out at the venue as well.
Oh, that is so cool. I was just in Fredericksburg over the weekend, so you told me I'm a supporter of Texas wine.
You are.
There you go.
I do give you guys a little money.
We appreciate it.
Of course, happy to. All right. What can guests expect, Kelly, from attending this event? It sounds very local. It sounds like folks might also be on a bit of a discovery as far as, hey, I didn't know I liked that winery, or I didn't know I liked this type of wine.
Right.
Finding new things.
Yeah, I think it's a discovery of a lot of different wines. So this is a sampling of just a few of our member wines that are going to be represented there. But I think it's about discovering what you might like and maybe something that's a new favorite as well. We have a lot of really cool food partners as well, anything from jams to pickles to barbecue sauce to charcuterie. And so it's a nice way to pair that as well with some Texas wine for a full-on Texas experience, right? It's all Texas products.
That is super cool. Yeah. And it's a good way to honor everything that we have to offer here in the Lone Star State. We are really blessed in so many ways with even just it kind of out in the hill country, the peaches that we're able to grow and all sorts of, even just bluebonnet scented things. When I was out in Fredericksburg this weekend, I was just reminded at how many wonderful local products we can, strawberry peach jalapeno jam and all sorts of wonderful stuff. So that sounds like a really great pairing for these wines, and then you can get some ideas about putting them together. We're going to talk now about your winery, John Rivenburg, and you say people always get the name wrong, so we like to spell it out for them phonetically.
We do try to spell it out for them phonetically, but as long as they're thinking about it, even if they get it wrong, it's okay.
Rivenburg, say whatever you want, as long as you're thinking about it.
As long as you're thinking about it, yeah. But we're, Rivenburg Wine is one of the several brands. We jokingly call it our 529 wine. It's what can hopefully put our kids through college. But
I like that.
Rivenburg is one of a couple of different brands under the umbrella of my beverage company that also has a wine incubator, which is a pretty interesting concept. But we are vastly dedicated to authenticity and 100% Texas and Texas agritourism. You talked about all the different things that you could do now. I think the wonderful, beautiful thing about Texas wine is we're working very hard to express all of the other agrotourism and agricultural accompaniments that we have in the hill country. There's so many people growing so many great different fruits and vegetables and,
really
and
good
food.
point. Yeah.
And the food, we've started to work as an industry to work really hard around focusing the food, the local food sources that we have. And I think that's in what we do with our wines. We're trying to embody that in our organization in promoting all things Texas.
That is so cool. Yeah. And you did mention your incubator program.
Yes.
I was shocked at the number that you came up with to tell me of the people who have been beneficiaries of the incubator program. So can you go back and tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started the wine incubator. It started many years ago. I've always had this desire to help grow Texas wine. Early on in my career, I'm knocking on the door, 20 years of doing this. And early on in my career, we had no help. There was not really anybody, no mentors locally. And so over the years...
Honestly, to stop you, that was the beginning of Texas wines out in the hill country. It's 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Dr. Beckers of the world that kind of laid the foundation. But when it came to relating viticulture expertise and enology expertise, it really was in the last 20 years that we've kind of shaped that. I'm very proud to say that I feel like I'm a big part of that with our incubator. So I've always been helpful. I've done a lot of mentoring, a lot of consulting, but we started the wine incubator to foster a shared use space where people could come and learn and get started in wine without having to go the traditional route of we invested $10 million and now we're doing this thing, right? So you can come and we're essentially the training wheels. So I've been very blessed to be in some small or large part of about 40 plus wineries in the state of Texas.
That's so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it is. I always laugh. My favorite nickname is I'm the most famous winemaker nobody's ever heard of. Right?
Because you're secretly involved just back in the past when these people were getting their training wheels.
Yeah, and some of them currently. And I've been very happy to see a lot of our incubator alumni being wildly successful in the state and great members of Texas wine growers. It's probably one of my biggest flexes is just that I've been able to help foster and grow so many people to then take their own style and effort and do some magical stuff.
Well, and what you're also doing is removing some of those barriers to entry.
Absolutely.
Which can be really overwhelming as far as winemaking is concerned. Let's be real, there is a certain amount of snootiness to what goes on. And so if you're not quite sure you understand it all, it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah, and our goal is to really break it down the way it looks to the rest of the world. It's just agriculture. When you go to a winery and you go behind the curtain, if you will, it's men and women in jeans and dusty boots and covered in purple grape juice and you're working, right? We save the sport coats for the salesman.
Yeah. But I like that, and I think that farming and ranching here in Texas, there's real understanding and support of that. Yeah. So a good reminder for everybody at home that it's not just this happy little and I've made wine, magic little fingers. Kelly, I'd like to ask about people getting involved with Texas wine growers.
Yes.
Any tips there?
Yeah, so we have our winery members. We have 19 vineyard grower members around the state as well. But we also have an advocate program for consumers around the state who want to support Texas wine. It's $50 a year to join as a Texas Wine Growers Advocate member.
Not bad.
You get event discounts. You get the inside news and track on what's going on with TWG. Discounts on our March 1st event. And then you can also support our advocacy causes as well, because we do a lot of advocating for 100% Texas here in the state.
That is so cool. And you said you had an offer to share with our viewers today.
We do. So we have a discount code for $5 off per ticket with the code KXAN for folks who want to go online and get tickets for March 1st.
All right, I'm going to repeat what Kelly just said. KXAN, y'all, that's where you want to go to get $5 off your ticket for that 100% Texas tasting experience. That's very nice of y'all to offer this code to our viewers. We appreciate
so happy
it.
to.
Yeah, and out there having just a true Texas fun time. Sounds good to me, y'all. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. For more information on the 100% Texas tasting experience, visit TexasWineGrowers.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ally Medical ER. February is Heart Health Month, warning signs, prevention, and why CPR training saves lives with Dr. Jessica Best of Ally Medical ER. Dr. Best, February is Heart Health Month. Why is this such an important time to talk about heart emergencies?
Well, heart emergencies are somewhat of a silent killer. Many people may not recognize the symptoms of a heart attack. Maybe they wait too long. and we don't really want to lose our loved ones. So it's something we definitely want to be cognizant of and make sure that we're kind of maintaining our health so that we don't end up with problems down the line.
Absolutely, and I know it's still the #1 killer of men and women
Yes.
in America, so it's something to really pay attention to. And speaking of, many people don't recognize the symptoms of a heart attack, especially as they can look different for people like women. Can you talk to me about what we
Yes.
should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so you may typically hear crushing chest pain, maybe radiating to left shoulder, left arm, but many times we see women coming in with fatigue, shortness of breath. Maybe you've noticed some increased, swelling in your legs. That may be a sign of some heart disease. So if there's something that you're feeling is not quite right, definitely time to come in and get evaluated.
Any cardiac red flags that people should be on the lookout for that says, hey, I need to go search for help?
Yes. So in addition to the main ones like the chest pain, increasing shortness of breath, especially with exertion. If you find you can't do kind of your average everyday activities anymore without feeling maybe some pain, maybe some extra fatigue, the shortness of breath, if you notice that increased swelling in your legs, these are definitely big red flags that you need to be seen, and we need to, have you evaluated, rule out the bad things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. What are some of the most effective things that people can do at home to protect their heart health?
All right. So the biggest thing is if you have any risk factors, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, making sure that you are having those things managed by your primary care doctor, maybe making sure you're taking your medication, of course, eating that healthy, balanced diet, maintaining a healthy weight, these are all going to help.
Ally Medical ER can help. You guys are a full-scale emergency room.
That's right. So we can definitely see you for any of those symptoms, any concerns you have. We can do EKGs, we can consult cardiology, we can even do cardiac stress tests in-house, and maybe if it's beyond what we can do there, we can always get you transferred to a cardiac center.
Okay, sounds good to me, Dr. Best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ally Medical ER has 7 locations across the greater Austin area. Use online check-in at allymedical.com for added convenience. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ally Medical ER. Well, I said today is a special show because not only does Lunar New Year begin, but it's also Fat Tuesday, so it's time to celebrate. Armadillo Den in South Austin has Mardi Gras specials on offer as well as entertainment. So Brett Berry is here to tell us more about it, as well as Nakoa Moss of Let's Go Boil, and they're here to tell us about what to expect. So gentlemen, good morning.
Howdy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy you're both here. First of all, let's get to the Mardi Gras party. Tell us about it.
We are excited for Fat Tuesday, as well as we all should be. It's a great time to come out, enjoy some live music from Louisiana Surf Department. They'll be playing 6 to 9 tonight, 6:30 to 9:30, sorry. We have great crawfish, as we're going to talk about.
You guys, we have live
I know.
crawfish
Look
here
at
on the
them
table.
go.
It's so exciting. They're just like 2 little buddies hanging out.
Enjoying, just some little bugs. Live music, great food. Nakoa's going to talk a little bit about the crawfish, but yeah, we're just excited to have her about. Nice weather, can't beat it right now.
Can't beat the weather right now.
Yeah.
We have gotten really lucky. And so I do want to ask Nakoa about your business, Let's Go Boil, very Louisiana with the go spelling. Tell me just a little bit about how you got involved in crawfish boils.
It's one of my favorite pastimes with family, getting everybody together. It's one of my most fond memories as a child living back in Louisiana.
So are you from Louisiana?
I'm actually first generation Austinite.
Really?
So I was born and raised here, but I did live back in Louisiana for a long time. My family's all Louisiana, so Louisiana blood, Texas raised.
So you get to count yourself as a unicorn, the few, the proud, the
Absolutely.
native Austinites, but also get to have that deep
Absolutely.
Louisiana history.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so you actually do the boils at Armadillo Den every weekend. Is
Every
that
Saturday,
right?
Sunday, my 5th season.
5th season of doing so. What goes into a really good crawfish boil?
Well, we have some things here on display. It's a lot of fresh ingredients because I put a lot of spice. So the fresh ingredients go in there and help balance.
I was going to say mitigate some of that heat.
Yeah,
huh?
this is only one of my I guess, spices.
Special spices.
Okay.
We weren't allowed to bring the
Definitely
other
a lot of
ones.
extra ones that go in there. to
Okay,
make
there's a
them
lot of
extra
like
spicy.
wink, wink. We can't give it all
right.
away
Exactly,
here.
exactly. And then
okay.
of course the live Louisiana crawfish go in last.
Oh my God, that is Well, they've gotten very still. It's like they know they're on camera
They're
now.
chilling now.
Yeah, I've trained these
Camera
ones.
shy, Camera shy.
Why don't you walk me through, though, what I'm seeing as far as fresh ingredients? Because I'll tell you this, I didn't expect to see some of these things if we're talking about a boil.
Absolutely. So I fresh cut this every single week, batch it all out, pre for every single boil that I have for the weekend. I got some fresh jalapenos, pineapple, which is rare. Not everybody does that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's a good citrus bite. This is some fresh. This is actually cheddar jalapeno sausage,
Yum.
fresh peeled garlic, lemons, and oranges.
And oranges. Okay, what do you think happens with the citrus addition there in the boil? We've got to keep them from
I'm
escaping,
gonna
don't we?
keep him going. You
It
know?
adds some fresh. You can actually kind of taste the citrus in the whenever you're eating the crawfish. So that balance with the spice, it just really ties it all together.
This tells you how little I know about a crawfish boil because I was thinking it's potatoes, it's corn, it's crawfish, and that's it.
I actually fresh shuck and cut corn. So I just didn't bring any, and small little potatoes.
So, okay, so there are the kind of main ingredients that you'd expect
Absolutely.
to see.
The
But boy, layers
Yeah.
of flavor happening
yeah.
on top of that. No
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
it's so popular.
Yeah, I mean, people want to try different styles of crawfish. I mean, everybody makes a bunch of. We actually do a crawfish cook-off coming up April 11th.
Yeah.
And get to try 12 or 15 different boilers. And again, this is Nakoa's favorite style. I've really fallen in love with it too. I used to be anti-pineapple and citrus, but man, like after you have
I'm
it
pro
enough,
pineapple.
Oh, it's
it's
great.
growing
Yeah.
on me.
It's
a great
growing on
bite.
me.
I've never had it. I've never had it in a boil before, but
so good.
now I've got to try it.
Absolutely.
But also gumbo is going to be
Yes.
available today,
Strut
right?
and Dorothy and Chad were here a couple weeks ago. He couldn't make it today. He's too busy prepping.
Understandable.
Yep. So he wanted
gotta
to
get
drop
that
off
roux
some
going for a
gumbo for
couple
you
of
guys.
hours.
That's right. He's stirring right now. He dropped some roux off for y'all. He won the new Iberia Gumbo Cook-Off, which is the World Championships.
Which is so cool.
Really,
We were really
cool.
proud of him.
We are too. I'm glad he got to do that and get his little shout out. But he's also got a new menu item he's launching today. They're like hand meat pies. I call them hand pies, but meat pies.
Oh, I looked at them and I thought
they
empanadas.
and it's a Cajun empanada is a good way to look at it.
Okay.
They're $4. They come with a pork and beef kind of mixture with the Holy Trinity and spices. Man, they're insane. So
Very good.
these guys are moving a little bit. That's okay. But again, tonight we'll be open at 4 o'clock today, as we are every weekday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we open at noon. We are family friendly till 6 p.m. during the weekdays, but on weekends, remember, we are 21 and up. So if you are looking to get crawfish with your family, Nakoa does some awesome cooler specials in the summer where you can just order that week. You can go ahead and get your cooler of crawfish that weekend and take them wherever you want to go.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, so it's great there. Or if you're there with some 21 and up friends, you want to hang out, we'd love having y'all hang out as long as you'd like. That's where the bucket specials come in handy.
Hey, all right. And not only that, but you've got other fun things going on. We were just talking about like so many cool holidays have just come up. But March Madness you guys are preparing for because you've got some big flat screens.
We do. We love having everybody come to our watch parties. It ends up being, again, just big groups of folks from, you'll see Texas Tech fans and UT fans and, all these alumni come and just kind of meet up and grab a table together and watch the games. It's really special for our staff and us. And fun to just cheer on your team, right? So March Madness, don't forget us, as well as South By's coming up. And South Austin's really kind of flies under the radar a little bit for that time of the year. I get it. We're a little bit off the beaten path, but man, we have some great acts. Me too. It's a little bit, feels like, I don't want to say old Austin. It makes everybody all ruffled up, but it feels a lot like old Austin where you can kind of sprawl out, hang out for the day, catch some acts that maybe you haven't seen or heard. We have Sam's Town Point. We have Far Out Lounge. I know there's some other acts in the area, or other venues in the area that are trying to get really involved as well. So don't sleep on us for South By. We have some great local bands this year with Brother Thunder, Briscoe, Colton Moore and the Clever Few. We have a special guest I can't announce, but I promise you'll want to be there. So yeah, we'd love to have you guys all the time.
good.
But when the right time. So.
Hold on to some of those holidays, and I just have to ask you real quickly because people might be thinking, okay, I want a crawfish boil. I want to work with Nakoa. So can you just tell me on Instagram, where can we follow you?
Yeah, it's Let's Go Boil. LETZGEAUX.
Follow the t-shirt.
Yeah, just follow me, Let's Go Boil, on Instagram, and
Sounds good.
you can ask me any questions you want.
Sounds like a plan to me, and thank you for bringing live critters. This was really
Absolutely.
fun.
You gotta keep them.
Absolutely.
You gotta take
Happy
them home.
Fat Tuesday to you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Free entry, guys, today at Armadillo Den. Learn more about the space at armadillodenaustin.com and follow along, as you heard Nakoa say, at Let's Go Boil on social media.
The award winning and Oscar nominated film, The Secret Agent, is out now. You can view it, and lead star Wagner Moura has been dominating award season and is nominated for his performance for an Oscar as well. Wagner joins me now. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Nice talking to you.
Yeah, you as well. Wagner, one thing that really stands out to me about your role as, Armando or Marcelo, however you want to view this, is that while there are a lot of speaking parts, I feel like maybe the more challenging role of playing him is this very just like emotive being, right? You're pulling out a lot of emotions and a lot of very real life scenarios, a lot of historical context. So, what was it like kind of playing him, and how did you prepare to take on this role?
This film came from a very personal need. Came from the director Kleber Mendonça Filho and I, sharing our perplexity over what was going on in Brazil from 2018 to 2022, when the government was trying to bring back to Brazil in the 21st century the values of the dictatorship that we had from 64 to 85. So I kind of knew exactly what this character was going to be, because it's somehow I was sort of playing myself and playing Kleber and playing every one of us that was just lost during a certain time in Brazil. Also, too, the dictatorship doesn't seem very far away. It happened 50 years ago. I myself had directed a film that took place during the dictatorship, so I had studied a lot about what Brazil was socially, economically, politically, culturally back then. And I remember, I have very clear memories, although I was a kid, but I was born during the dictatorship. So I remember my parents, how they dressed up, how they, it felt like it didn't require lots of effort, I think, to be in that time, in the skin of that character.
Yeah, it's interesting how you were able to pull in so much kind of personal experience right now, kind of piggybacking off of some of what you just said. What's kind of the emotions for you getting to share just a snippet of Brazil's history through a very specific angle within this film?
I think it's been great, man. It's great to see, Americans and Europeans and people from all over the world connecting with this film, and of course you connect with the film with your own experiences. Of course, it's the ones you have with your own emotions and with your own sense of history. And you don't have to know anything about Brazilian history to connect with the film, because the connection happens with the characters. And hopefully, if you connect with the character, you're going to end up learning something about a different culture and the history of a country. And I think that's the beauty of cinema. I grew up watching American films. I grew up watching international films. American films for me are international, and yeah. I've been seeing them since I was a little boy with subtitles. So it's nice to see that the U.S. is more open now to films that come from other parts of the world as well.
Yeah, I was incredibly intrigued by it, not really knowing much of Brazil's history. And like you said, I don't think I had to know it. I really got the concept and I loved it. Now, something else that's like really spotlighted in this film is just kind of like varying family dynamics, right? Whether that's chosen family or blood or environment or whatever that looks like. So what do you kind of hope maybe the takeaway is from that aspect of the film? And how do you hope that maybe people see themselves within some of these stories?
That's a very interesting question. The film has especially there is a father and son thing that's really, really strong, right? Not only with my character, but there are other characters, other fathers and other sons, and I think it's a very masculine film as well. Although there are very strong female characters, the film is also a film of how some sort of masculinity is transferred throughout generations. And I was seeing the image of Alex Petri being killed by the ICE agents, and I could see there are two very different types of masculinity in that video. And you see in the characters of the secret agents, like the sons of the police chief, or the killer that works with his stepson, or my kid, my son that end up playing in the end, like that cannot deal with the memory, of his father. So I think we are dealing with lots of generational transfers, like and especially with a certain kind of masculinity that can be transferred over generations.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that kind of theme throughout the film. Now, really quick, one last question for you. What's the weight of being the first Brazilian actor to be nominated for the Best Actor Oscar? Obviously, we had a Best Actress award a few years ago, but what's that mean to you? Because I think that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Of course it is. It's great, and it's been great also, like the way Brazilians are engaging and connecting with this film and with their culture since last year, since I'm still here, especially again after these 4 years, these 4 dark years of authoritarianism in the country, where they were really efficient in demonizing arts and culture, and so it's beautiful to see Brazilians engaging with a Brazilian cultural product the way they are right now, and with us and with the film, and it's beautiful. It's really important for us.
Yeah, well, I love hearing that. Well, Wagner, congrats again on all your success with this film. We'll be rooting for you at this year's Oscars. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out The Secret Agent. Thanks so much, Wagner.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Marbridge Foundation and Ally Medical ER.